Hey, what's up? Welcome everybody back to the chat. This is Transcending the Culture with me here with my co-host James. Tonight we have a special, very special guest. Tonight, want to hit in the name? Throw it in there, James.
Mr. Michael Finkley. What's up,
All right,
everybody? Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy James. As Schoolboy was saying, as starting out, we have an amazing guest here on the show tonight. I'm always excited about just the people in general that we bring onto the show, but Mr. Michael Finkley, if any of you know exactly who we're talking about, which I'm quite sure that you do. You know exactly why we are smiling. You know exactly why we are excited. You know exactly why we are like really, really, really pushing about this show today.
All right, and we are excited to bring him on to discuss everything he's working on, future projects, and all that good stuff, and ask all of the what's what, who's what, all the questions that you need to know. The who, what, when, where, and why. Go
Absolutely.
ahead, bring him on right now, Mr. Michael Finkley.
Hey y'all!
Hey,
What's going on?
I love that intro. I never got that before.
that was straight off the top of the head, too.
And I'm like, okay,
What's going on?
I am good. Just banging out, working. I always say this: I'm working and I'm minding my business.
Absolutely.
I'm good
That's a
at
good
that.
one. I say that every day.
Listen, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I think I'm beside myself, just in terms of just joy and excitement, and just the whole idea of having you here on the show. One of the big things that we really like to be able to do is bring on people who are doing the very thing that we love to do, and of course, who are people who are inspiring so many other people to do this. And like you've done so much with this business, and just looking at kind of where you started out. And I see them eyes getting big every time I say it, but I'm
No, it's all good stuff. I still consider myself a rookie in this because there's always something to learn. Right?
Yeah.
There's always something to learn. I'm self-taught.
Okay.
When I started this during the pandemic, I'm like, okay, what in the world am I doing? How does this whole lighting thing work? How do I invite people on? How do I poise myself? How do I speak? How do should I act?
Yeah.
All this stuff. So I didn't follow a format. I didn't have someone guiding me and telling me do this, and this.
Absolutely.
I'm like, editing the what? What's editing? What's editing? What are you talking about? Right. So it all came to me as time went on, and it's still coming to me because these ideas just come out from season to season, from show to show, from event to event. So I'm always still learning. So thank you for seeing me like that as a experienced individual. But I always see myself as I just want to learn too. I want to learn too. So
I think everybody just want to learn. Like when you first start out, like I fell into it, like just like you. I just kind of like
right.
One day I called into the show, and then all of a sudden, like I'm a part of a show, and it's like, oh my god, that quick, like out of nowhere, you just, and it's just something that you fall into. Literally, I totally get that sentiment of falling into it. So
exactly.
And I think, kind of piggybacking off of, what Schoolboy is saying, just as far as like falling into it. It is one thing that, okay, we look back and the pandemic was only but so far ago. So we look at, the time that has lapsed since you got started, and how short that time is, but then also just the idea of when people pop in on your show and they may not necessarily know a whole lot about you. But kind of the same thing that happened with me is they take a look and it's like, damn, damn, this is good. And it's cool because, with so many people doing obviously content creation and so many people stepping into media, everybody in the world thinks they're a journalist now. So it's like, you get so many people that's doing it. And some of them say they listen, schoolboy laughs, but we've had this very conversation. So I mean, it's just when you see so many people doing it, and just your ability to stand out in such a big school of fish that are out here doing this, like people look at you and you look like somebody that's done it for 15 or 20 years.
Oh, bless your heart.
That's the thing.
Schoolboy, stop.
I mean, just getting into like even the people who view your content, and like the big names that are looking at your stuff, the Lavelle Crawfords, like
I love me some Lavelle.
and listen, we all do. But the reality is, even though a lot of these big names, they want to be published, they want people to follow their content, they're still picky about who they go to get that content out there.
Yeah.
So like they're still calling on you, and they're still picking on you, and they're still looking at what you have to say, and they're looking at that smile that you keep giving us every 2 or 3 seconds. Like that's beautiful, man. Like it's really, really dope, and it inspires me. Like I'm somebody, like I went to school for this, and like I love this. So like it inspires the people like me that want to do this. So I think it's dope.
Oh, I'm too dark to blush, but I thank you for this. Oh, thank you.
Go ahead, blush.
Underneath this powder, I'm trying. Wow, that really does my heart well. Something that I now love to do.
Yeah.
And people see the hard work, they see the dedication, they see the love that I have for this now. People now are starting to catch on and say, "Who is this black man?" Right? That talks to people or goes on red carpets or try to help his community in any way that he can. Who is this individual? And I love to have these type of platforms just say who I am and why I do what I do. So I thank you for just the opportunity to, first of all, stumbling on my platform. Thank you for that. And just reaching out in the way that you all did to say, we want to talk to you. We want to talk to this dude right here. So I thank you for that. Thank you.
Like, when did you know you had it? Like, because
that's a good question.
That is a great question.
Because while you were talking, you said, now I love this. So like, was there a period that you didn't love it? And like, when you had it?
I guess in the sense of me finding who I am, right?
Okay.
My voice. I found my voice when I went to college, and I was always this shy kid that followed the rules and and didn't cause any type of commotion, and I kept to myself because I didn't want to be out there. But I had this advisor that pushed me. You're going to do this. You're going to speak at this. You're going to do that. And I found my voice, and I've been talking ever since. Maybe behind the scenes, but I've been talking ever since. And my mom was in radio for almost like 20 years in our hometown here in South Carolina. And I tell you, watching her do what she did as a DJ and interviewing different, because it was a gospel station, country gospel station. And she interviewed different people that came into town, and she did events and that kind of stuff as host. And I'm like, I like this, but I didn't act on it. And then, of course, during the pandemic, it's just all started and kind of blew up from there. But it started in college and finding who Finkley is.
Yeah.
Once I continuously define that, right? Because you learn something about yourself every day. It's like, I like that. I don't like that no more. We ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say we like that. We put it on the list no more. But
okay.
It's an ongoing definition. So it started from there. And like I said, especially when I started this show, you can't shut me up now. You can't shut me up.
I feel that way about myself.
But it's amazing though, like how that story, like, as much as that's like your story, that kind of, in the sense like that still resonates with a number of people. Like it resonates with Schoolboy. It definitely resonates with me because like I was that shy kid. I was that one that did not talk, didn't want to, like, in the sense, you think people don't want to be bothered or that sort of thing. Like I didn't want to talk, or I didn't want to talk about a whole lot of stuff. And it probably was like the middle of college that I kind of started finding my voice, and it was like, okay, this is me, and this is kind of what I should be doing. And as after a while, you start to realize that like this is my happy place. So like this is kind of where I feel safe.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's dope, but I mean, but at least you also kind of had the backing as well. Like your mother was in this for over 20 years. Like,
Yeah,
what better picture to look at than
yeah,
the person who loves you the most and the person that you love the most
that's my girl.
doing this and successful with it.
That is my girl. She gives me advice, like say it this way or project this way.
Right.
Growing up with a person that had that type of personality, we had to speak a certain way, or if we spelling and reading had to be our thing. So that's how we grew up, right? We didn't have much. She was a single parent, and we didn't have much, but it takes still that in us, my sisters and I. It was great. I didn't understand why we were doing it, but now I get it. I'm like, oh, Mama was right. Yeah, Mama was right. Mm-hmm.
If you could have your dream interview with anyone, who would you say that would be?
There's so many different levels to that. So no, it is. It's like at this level.
Well, give me your ultimate level.
um, I would say I would love to interview Tyler Perry. Um, we heard the stories many, many times before, but you have not heard the questions that I have in mind for him through my way. So I would definitely love to just sit down with him and dig a little bit deeper. And that's what I do with my guests, especially the stars that come on and, they may be promoting a movie or whatever. Yeah, we're going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about you too, because we as viewers only see you two-dimensional. We see you in our favorite movies, in our favorite sitcoms or whatever, but who are you really, right? Do you like bologna sandwiches, right? Do you cry at night, right? So what is your next biggest dream? Because you accomplished so much, right? So I get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. So I would definitely love to have that effect with Tyler Perry, and then we become best friends, and then we can go on about the little merry way that way. But of course, and then on, I would love to interview also Reba McEntire.
Okay.
My mom instilled in us a variety of music, not just one way. And growing up and hearing her lyrics in her song, I'm like, this lady has a story that she hasn't told fully yet. So what is it? I'm always curious. What's behind the thing? What's
She
behind
does
that?
have an very interesting life story.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, ooh, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
That's
an amazing thing.
I be thinking sometimes, Oh yeah, we'll start there and then we'll move up. And Oprah be like, come on, Finkley. I'm like, okay, come on, Oprah. Come on, you can come on to Obama. Michelle, you coming there? Come on. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Now, I think that's dope. Like I for one think that that's dope. People used to ask me kind of a lot of times, like, well, who is the one person that you would want to interview? And it was never like, I guess the quote unquote typical person, that somebody would think that, oh, well, he probably wants to interview this person, or he wants to interview the Obamas and that sort of thing. But I think it's cool that you really step kind of past like the immediate, and you look at people that that really are doing some big things out here, and nobody really looks at the stuff that the Reba McEntires have done for people out here. The stuff that like the Judds, like Naomi Judd and stuff like that, has a lot of people. And it's cool just to really get to know different aspects of the culture and whatnot, and how it all fits in and blends together.
Exactly. And it's not just about the people that have a name, right?
Absolutely.
I can be walking in Walmart and I'm like, I can have a conversation with anybody. At the Piggly Wiggly, I can have a conversation there, and like everyone has that story, right? And what I've learned is everyone loves to be featured. Everyone loves to be, in so many ways have that recognition, like, and I give them that space. My name may be on it, but this is about your story. So That's what we bring.
Now, what gave you kind of the courage, like to push forward the way that you have? Because like what you do, like the average person can look at, they can look at what you're doing and they can say, "Oh, that looks easy," or "I could do that."
Yeah.
But like clearly, like nobody else can be Finkley. So like, what gave you that courage to be able to do what it is that you do?
You know what? I tell you, I'm a very spiritual being. I love to have fun. I love to make people feel comfortable when they're around me and what have you. So I do it for the people, and that keeps me going. Many times, we're going into season 7 in a few weeks. Many times I just wanted to stop. And thank you so much. Hard work.
Like to me, that's far. Like that's amazing.
It's a long behind way over.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Oh my God. Be better, schoolboy. Be better. But it's a lot of work goes into this. When I started, y'all know,
A lot of people don't think it, but it's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a lot. When I first started, and then that goes into let me start at this point. I get back to that point. I want to be rememberable. I don't want to be a memory. So I tried to keep in contact with everyone I've interviewed. That's almost touching 400 guests in 3 years. Almost 300 shows produced. So, we do this by sending them Finkley swag, or when they invite us to different events, we go and support them. We support them by posting different things. But my name is going to be always, hopefully, on your mind. Many of them, I have their phone numbers, so we text. So that's how we keep in contact with them. So I want to be rememberable. So, and I feel that's a two-way street too, because many of my guests too, I've put money in their pocket. I'm like, well, some people always come to me and say, we need this, that, and the other. Well, I'm like, I can reach out to so-and-so. So I'm putting money in their pocket. And, just that relationship, right? Building relationship and going forward. So that's that in that mind state. But that keeps me going. I wanted to stop a few years ago, a few seasons ago. I really wanted to stop because I'm like, are people getting it? Are they really watching? They understand what I'm saying? And, do you get discouraged, especially when you're putting your heart and soul into it, especially funding yourself before the sponsors come in, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Listen.
The money.
And besides the show, I'm an educator, so I'm like, I'm an education. I was like, we don't make that much.
Yeah.
So, but we're making do what we have. And so it's like, we really wanted to stop. I really wanted to stop, but just something on the inside of me that won't allow me to, and I got to keep going and talking and sharing these stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, I moved back. I moved into my dad's house. He passed away, unfortunately, last year. And I moved into his house. I took over and I started renovating. And one of the rooms I made into a studio. And I'm like, this is how vested I am, right? Into getting this out there to the people. So, that's what keeps me. The people keep me going. The people keep me going. I always say that I never want to forget.
The same way. I feel the same way.
Yeah. Right. I never. And that's another thing I can say too. I never want for guests. I never want for guests. There's always somebody calling or texting or emailing or stopping me. I want to be on the show. I want to be on the show. I want to be. I'm like, me? Buy it out. Okay. We can work something now. I got a virtual assistant now, so send their information there, and we'll get back with you.
Right.
Kind of good stuff. So yeah, the people keep me going. They keep me going. Keep me motivated.
If there's like one thing that you feel like, because I know you said you wanted to leave that imprint, and that's super important. I want to leave that imprint on people. I want to be iconic. Like, I want people to remember the things that I did, not just the day that I left this earth. I want to leave that imprint. Yeah. What would you say would be the imprint that you're looking to leave, or what you would think people, what you want people to remember you by?
How I made them feel. Yeah. I love you, James. By the way,
It's not the only reason why when you said that, the only reason it made me think that is I was just thinking of the quote, people remember what you say, they remember what you do, but they
Yeah,
never forget how you make them feel.
exactly.
And you have, like, I was gonna ask you, like, do you realize at this point why people love you and why people want to be on your show and why it's easy for you, you don't want for guests, like why is, so seemingly easy for you, because it's never easy, but why are things running so smoothly for you? It's that spirit and it's the way that you make people feel, and they don't get that, know that they don't get that from the typical media. So you can go to the NBCs or the ABCs or Foxes, or you could go to all of them, and they're not going to make somebody feel the way that you make them feel, and that's why they come back to you. That's why.
Thank you, James. Sometimes we need to hear that, right? Because sometimes I get so caught up in the work of it all. Um, but when that camera turns on, you're going to get the authentic, genuinely Finkley. Um, so sometimes we forget that, right, in the hustle bustle of it all. So thank you for bringing that back to my remembrance. Because every time we turn that camera, we say a prayer. Like, I want whoever I'm interviewing, I want them to get something from it. I want to get something from it, and then people that are watching to get something from it. That's my prayer every time. Um, so thank you for that. That did my heart well. Thank you so much.
I think that's when you do this, I think people don't understand, like, just I get messages from people that say, yeah, the Instagram video you put up today, that made me laugh, or what you said, that the way you phrase that's the way I think, or you never know, I had a bad day today, but that one video or that one segment or that one thing that you did during that day or that episode of your podcast, that did something to me to help me distract from the thing that I was going through. That things look so small now compared because you made me feel good or you made me laugh. And I think once you find that, it just continues to drive that passion. And as long as people are happy, that's all you care about. Like half of the time, I don't even care about numbers or nothing. I
Right.
just want to make people
No.
happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, I love the way you said that, schoolboy, because it's the impact, it's the influence, right? I have been turned down by so many different sponsors because they're saying you don't have the numbers, right? You don't have the viewership, and that used to mean the world to me. But I always say now that will come. My thing is influence. If I can make you feel better than the way you came, then I've done my job. I've done my
Exactly.
job. So.
Exactly. That's
Absolutely.
what makes you want to keep going, is because
Mhm.
that one email, that one message, that one DM that can make or break somebody's day. I always, people say I'm so transparent and I talk and I interact so much with my people, and I like to interact with them because I like to know, hey, if you having a bad day, like what you mad about? What made you mad today? And people interact off those things. And as long as you're giving them good energy and feeling good energy, they can feel that. Some days, even when I'm down, they make me feel good because they're interacting with me and taking my mind off of what I think is a big deal. Then, what they say, a big thing, a small thing to a giant, it becomes so small because somebody made that little thing of just saying, "Oh, it's cool. That made me smile." Or, why you say that? You crazy. I would, and it's just like that does my heart so warm.
Yeah.
So just knowing that at one point I wanted to give up, and I did give up, and I took a break, and I
Mhm.
didn't want to do it no more. But it's like something made me come back to it, and it was honestly the people. It was the
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think a lot of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
really quickly, you said something. You said you took a break, but you came back. Even in that break process, there's still something you had to learn to go to elevate yourself to the next level. So breaking is okay. Resting is okay. I take breaks. I take a 2.5 month break in between seasons because I need to rest,
Yeah.
right? Because I want to
Right.
re-energize myself for the next big thing. That's okay though. That's okay.
I be
It's
telling James he need to rest too, but he don't be listening. Like,
Listen.
I'm trying to get on his work life balance.
Listen.
oh
And you know what? That is it goes beyond just kind of the just the the overall importance. Like when you look at that work-life balance, and it's crazy because Schoolboy and I have talked about this all day today, as far as work-life balance, and it's beyond important. Um, One of the biggest lessons I got just out of this conversation alone, and like I've looked, obviously I've looked at everything that you've done. I've looked at shows now. The cool thing that, like, I've been looking at your brand for a long time, and you've been sending me emails, and I don't even know, like, initially how we connected, but I got your show because you've been sending me emails of your show. So I've been going back through my emails looking at it, and that's how I really got hip to who you were. And then seeing that first show, it's like, wow, like this dude has it. Like he been doing this for like 10, 15 years easy. Like this is where I want to get to. And then I really start looking into your story, and I'm like, damn, he just started with the pandemic. Like that's only been like a handful of years. So that's number one. But I think the biggest lesson I got out of it, that I think the average person will get if they look at it, is finding purpose. Like you talk about those sponsors that you reach out to, and they're like, no, we're not going to go with you, or we're going to pass, or that sort of thing. You already know what your purpose is, and you realize that your purpose does not align with what it is that they feel like they have to offer, or what it is that they do. It's not to say that you won't work with them later, but it's easy for you to keep moving on as they turn you down, because you already know what your purpose is and who you want to reach and how you're reaching those people. And the fact that your goal is to make them feel better than what they did when they came in the door. That's not the average media person's or the media representative. That's usually not the goal. Like their goal is to be in the limelight, like to be shown, to be seen, like to be in front of the camera. But like you're really trying to make something out of somebody and make somebody feel better and get them to that next level. Like that's always gonna take you so much further and resonate with so many other people.
You will not make me cry, sir. You will not do it.
Oh, that sounds like it worked. Okay.
Everyone needs encouragement, sir.
They do. They do. Everybody does. Everybody does. Everybody needs good energy and encouragement. So everybody needs to hear that.
Like
And when you're making an impact on something, no matter the time period or how long you've been doing it, it says a lot. That means people draw to you, they're taken to you, they love the energy that you're giving, and you're giving them something that makes them happy.
Yeah.
And that's all you want to do, is just make everybody happy. I know that's what I want to do.
That's
I
it.
I mean, just know that from me, like directly from me, like you are amazing. Like I like you are beyond amazing. Like to be able to look at the production that you put together, like I already knew what you could do because I reached out to you. So I'm like, I already know what this guy can do. I think that he'll be amazing for the platform. We see that big winning smile that you have, like on everything that it is that you're doing. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna be perfect for the platform. It would be really, really good to bring him on. But like it's amazing for somebody looking at what you're doing, especially if they want to do this. Like you make it look like it's so easy. I think that all of us, and I know I don't speak just for myself, but I know that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, and it's timeless hours that like an enormous amount of time that goes into like making this all look good and making it a good production. So like bravo to you, because like there's people looking at it and they're like, okay, I really can do this, or I can do this from home. Like he got started a few years ago and he has this big winning production and he's doing it from home. Like that's so good to a lot of people who they can't afford to go to school. And like there's still those people out there that they don't get the scholarships, or they don't get the grants, or they can't afford to go to school and do something like this, or they live somewhere off, like in a deep part of South Carolina, and they can't get to the New Yorks and to the Californias and that type of thing. Like I felt that's where I was some years ago, even though I mean I could have just picked up and moved away. But if you don't have that kind of money, You don't have family wherever you feel like you want to go. Sometimes it seems like impossible, to the average person. So to be able to see somebody like you pull this together and really get it out there. And sometimes it makes no difference who did it before. So like that's beautiful that you had, all of the support from your mother, who has, clearly done an amazing job in this field. Sometimes that don't really matter because a lot of us, we get out there and we still make our own way anyway, regardless of who we got in the family.
Yeah.
I got some people in my family that's doing it big who really could get me out there. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, I'm gonna do it myself. So
Yeah.
I get it. I get it, man. I get it. I see it. I think that you're amazing. I know Schoolboy thinks that you're amazing. I see her smile as I'm talking. Um, I'm just grateful that you agreed to come on this platform because like Schoolboy and I, we work the same. Like we are building our own trajectory and we're building our own way and we're making it happen for ourselves. Naturally with help from, some different areas.
Right.
But ultimately, like this is our show. Like we doing this. Like and we follow behind the amazing people like you who are like putting this stuff together. Um how do you decide what's next? Because like, that's kind of the general question that a lot of people will ask you is, well, what's next? What you got? What but how do you decide? Because I would imagine that there's many things that are coming your way and you kind of have to balance and juggle and figure out, well, which one should I do and what should I not do? What's
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a very spiritual individual, so I pray. Um, there have been opportunities that have came to me, and even with networks, it didn't feel right. So I don't do it.
I've been there too.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like no, and I thank goodness. I thank God that people are looking, people are watching, but I still want to own my brand. It's my name, right? You can't have my name.
Right.
Um, but there are individuals that assist me, that put me in the rooms that, um, or conversations that I desire to be in, so that's always in the work. So, what's next? Season 7 is coming up. We take it by season by season, episode by episode. September 25th, we're on CTR Media Network, where the viewership is over 350 million to over
So
100
that part
countries
right there.
globally.
That part right there.
Right. So we're making an impact along with the other persons on the network. So I'm excited about the new season. I'm excited about the new conversations. I want to do some things. I'm back in my hometown, so we want to do some things there with businesses. So we're trying to feature businesses on the show and trying to get them out there a little bit more. It's all about helping others, right? It's all about helping others, and so I'm excited about that. So, and then if that next biggest thing comes and Oprah comes, like, Finkley, come on, and we can have that conversation and things look right. So, but yeah,
Get your money. I ain't mad.
my mind is always open to new opportunities, only if it feels right, if my spirit agrees with it, only that. But yeah, I love it. I have to go back to what you said before because it reminded me of a story, and I had to laugh at it, but then I had to think about it, and I'm like, well, I am aspiring to be in that level. So I interviewed this artist. He's a rap artist, and Grammy nominated. All the kind of good stuff there. But again, telling his story, and he was talking with Chris Rock's brother Tony. They're good friends, and he was telling me about the conversation. He was saying that, hey, bro, Tony, I got an interview coming up on the Michael Finkley show. And Tony's like, okay, cool. That's what's up. So when are you flying to LA? He's like, what? And Tony was like, when are you flying to LA? And he's like, no. It's a virtual thing. It's like a podcast that he's like, with a name like Michael Finkley, I assume that you're going to Hollywood and being on a set. So when you told me this, I really laughed. I'm like, oh gosh, really? Little old me. But when I thought about it, I'm like, well, that's what I'm aiming to do, right? Overall, to even have a bigger impact, when it comes to that type of platform. So I was very I was very pleased, you know, with that type of talk. But you know, if other people see it, you know, it will come to pass in its own time. So that's what's next, to continue to have these conversations and to inform, to educate and inspire, to influence as well as many people as I can. My team and I, we work hard. We don't do things just to do things. We do things with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So we really want to just be influential. I may not have the numbers yet, but I tell you, the influence is there. It's there.
I
So
think I think like you say that, you know, making an impact. I wholeheartedly think that you are the impact. Like you are that impact. Um, and sometimes it's really presentation. Like people tell you all the time, presentation is
that's it.
everything.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
have you have a beyond amazing presentation.
Thank
So
you.
that's why, you know, people like the Tony Rocks or whoever it may be. It doesn't even have to be anybody that's, you know, that high a level in success. Like it, whoever it is, like they look at you and they see Hollywood. You know, whether it's the lights behind that name, the Michael Finkley show,
Mhm.
or whether it's the smile that you give, you know, when you talk to them. You know, maybe it's, you know, the education that we hear in your voice, like when you talk, and you know, he's very like people get it. They listen to you and like they get who you are, and you resonate with them, like you resonate with their spirits. You are that impact. Like you're showing people that hey, this can be done, and I can do this my way, and I can be amazing at this, and I can do it myself. Like that really, that was a lot of my goal. Like, you know, my to this day, a lot of times my mother thinks I'm crazy because of like the way that I, not just the way that I push for what it is that I want to do, but perhaps the road that I traveled to do it. Because I mean, listen, I've gone to school, I have the degrees, I've gone to grad school, I've done all this different stuff, but I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to work for them. I want to work for me. I want to build my own brand. I want to have it myself, create it myself, build it myself. I don't want to be told what I have to ask this person when I go in and do an interview. And that's what I'm gonna get when I go and work for like the, you know, the big names. They're gonna tell me, well, this is what you got to ask, and this is what people want to know, and this is, I don't care about all of that. Like I want to touch on something that I know is going to resonate in their heart and in their spirits and make them feel better. Because yeah, I want to make my audience feel amazing and feel better than what they did when they walked in the room. But I also want to make my guests feel better than what they did. And a lot of times, like they're hiding shit. Like they're hiding it and they're trying to cover stuff up. They're trying to cover life up. They want us to think that, oh, it's the glitz and it's the glamour and it looks good and I make it look really amazing. But then at the end of the day, their lights might be getting ready to get cut off.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Or might be something might be going on with their kids.
Yeah.
Or like, listen, we all go through the worst of it. Like it looked good to a lot of people, but it's a lot that go into it. Like
Yeah.
I know that Schoolboy has had her experiences. I've had my experiences for sure. Lost jobs, jobs I quit, like bills that keep on coming up, and like it's a lot that goes into it. But
A lot.
when
Yeah.
you find that purpose, which you clearly have done, like when you find that purpose, and then you help other people find their purpose, and like you helping other people in their real lives, in their real everyday lives, like that go beyond anything else, man. Like I feel like I've known you forever just by looking at those videos that you have sent me in my email. Like when I first looked, I was like, damn, he's been sending me these emails for a long time. Like, let me check this out. And then I finally checked it out and I'm like, wow, I don't know what rock I've been under, but I've been under one. Because like this dude is the truth. Like this dude is really the truth. If you're trying to do media and you really want to do this, Michael Finkley is somebody for you to look at and for you to emulate. And like, cause he got it. Like he really got it. the networks are looking at him like, who is this guy? So like, bravo to you, man. You know, I know we've given you a lot of praise in this video and in this conversation that we're having, but like for me, it's more so because I love media. Like I love. If I had to do this for free today, I would absolutely do it. It wouldn't be no second guessing. I wouldn't care what nobody else was talking about. I just go find me another little job on the side and make sure I can pay my little bills and buy some food, put it in the refrigerator, and then I'll still be doing that media because like I love this. And in life, it's about finding that thing that you really love and that brings you that joy and that happiness. And then the money gonna come to you. Everything else is gonna come. Those numbers are gonna come to you if they ain't already there. Because for real, I think you got the numbers already. But you know, you telling us something else. I think you got the numbers. but like bravo to you because I like all bullshit aside, like I think that it's a lot of people, young kids, like who are looking at you and like they loving what you do. Like they loving what you're doing and like they know even just from this conversation alone, like I can do this and like I can reach the level of the Tyler Perrys and I can talk to these people that I want. Like I've talked to some amazing people that it's like, how did I pull that off? And somebody think I went to Hollywood to make it happen or went somewhere else. No, I was in my mama kitchen. Uh,
What? Yeah.
right. I mean, Kelly Price, my first
I
interview.
guess I guess to ask for those that are in content creation currently
Yeah.
or that are I guess for me, I'm gonna use my own self as an example.
Okay.
So recently, I was working this job and then the job decided to, lay me off. But I'm still in this space of like, I just don't want to work for nobody no more. And this truly is my passion. No, I don't have sponsors. I don't have the money right now. Yeah, I still am applying for jobs, but my heart is not in it. What would you give someone in my position that advice? Because sometimes I just really feel like I know this is my purpose and I just want to do my purpose. I
Yeah.
don't want to sit down 9 to 5 and clock in to somebody and I'm just not happy.
Mm.
I've got, it's just not me anymore. It doesn't fit me anymore. And I've done it and done it and done it and done it and done it. And it's like, yeah, you got to have the benefits, you got to have the health insurance, you got to have the money coming in because you have to take care of home.
Mm.
But you realize like this doesn't make you happy. What would you say to that person in that crossroad? Because many of us just it's kind of like the door closes because we won't close it, but it's like God closes it for us. And then now you're in that point of, okay, one thing is the thing that I love is not making me the money, but I don't care that it's not making me the money because it makes me happy. What would you say to that content creator in that moment?
Right. So I have to take a chapter from my own book, and this is what I say to them, through experience, right? The job funds the dream, right? So we always have to remember that. And what we have to learn as well is that patience, right? We have to wait. It will get there. You will get there eventually. Okay. So we can't be hard on ourselves but no slack off. Keep working, keep grinding, keep networking, keep posting, keep asking people to subscribe. You're going to stay on your grind, right?
Right.
Even though my 9 to 5, I'm still doing fakely stuff. I hope the employer not looking, but yeah, I'm still doing Finkley stuff, right? I am emailing my team. I am saying, okay, we need this done and that done. I'm assisting booking guests and, all that kind of good stuff. So the job funds the dream. So when you get to that level of where the dream can fund you and the thing that you're doing within that dream,
Mhm.
that's when you can leave.
Right.
That's when you can leave. But until you get to that point, the job funds the dream. Always remember that. It's only temporary. It's not going to last forever because you have a passion in you and on you that won't die. right? That you
Right.
know that if I need to get this out to the masses, right? Someone's going to see it, or I can apply for this grant, or whatever that may look like on your end. The job funds a dream. It's only temporary. So keep that going. Let that encourage you along the way, because eventually you're gonna look at me like, oh my gosh, my dream is now funding me. Oh, let's go. Let's make this happen. Let's do it. Let's do it. But always keep that in your mind. Always. Always. And that's easier said than done at times, because we have those days and we're human. We have those days. But I'm telling you, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. It's only temporary. Yeah.
I think that that's I think that's amazing. Like I think that that's amazing advice. Um, Even coming from somebody who has theoretically left the job,
Hmm.
because the reality is I still do things that basically take the place of the job so that I can still try to fund the passion. So like I and schoolboy knows this. We talk about it all day long. And schoolboy is teaching me, even just in today's conversation alone and other events, that work life balance is beyond important. So
Yes.
like it's really finding
Very
that,
important.
and again, finding your purpose, finding your passion, and just really continuing to push for that. I think that all three of us know that we got it. Like we got it.
Yes.
Like
Of
like
course.
we got it. So it's really just perfecting that, and
Yeah.
doing what we do. But I love this, man. Like I love the ability. One of the things that we said we wanted to do with this podcast is to welcome people on who are doing the same thing that we loved to do so much, and really helping to shine, an even bigger light on what it is that they're doing. Like you are essential, not just to the world of media, man, but you are essential to the world. Like the smile that you have, the personality that you have, the spirit that exudes when you open your mouth and you start talking. Like the world needs that. So that alone was reason enough for us to invite you on to Transcending the Culture. So I would imagine that anybody that has been watching this broadcast agrees. Like you have that spirit, like you have that personality that everybody wants to see, that everybody loves, that people want to emulate. Like they want to be in a place of happiness and feeling good. Um, we got people commenting here, like people definitely watching, like they're loving what it is that you offer and that you bring to the table. And God makes it all happen. Uh, yeah, God makes it happen. So thank you. Like thank you for coming and gracing our platform, and bringing us that sunshine and that. Listen, if anybody needed the sunshine, I kind of needed it in the moment. So not, don't you shake your head like no. I needed it. No, I needed it so bad. So thank you. Like
Thank you.
you in that alone, you just fixed the whole situation. Like
Oh,
it at least in the moment, you just fixed the whole situation. So thank you. Thank you for being who you are and for bringing that to our platform.
well, you're very welcome. Like I said, I rarely get to do this on other person's platforms, but I thank you for the opportunity once again. I don't want to leave, but I know you have other things to do and talk about. But thank you. Thank you for reaching out, and thank you for the encouraging words. Thank you for the inspiration, because sometimes the encourager needs to be encouraged.
Absolutely.
And we
Absolutely.
do, and we do, and I just I wanted to blossom and show that there's other content creators, there's other areas that sometimes we don't even look at, especially as Black creators. Sometimes we only look in certain sectors or certain things and certain genres, and there's so many other things that y'all can watch, and so many other things. And I just loved the way you approached your show and how you interview and the questions that you ask, but you really get to the human side of people. And I think that is what's so missing from some, it's easy to, I tell people all the time, it's easy to talk about the gossip and what's on the blogs, but to really sit down with someone and say, you know what, aside from all that fame, all that fortune, all of the things you've done, all of the stuff, you know, you've experienced in life, what makes you happy? Like when you wake up in the morning, like what type of toothpaste do you use? You know, is you on Sensodyne or is you on Crest? You know what? Do you like coffee? What what do you like peanut butter and jelly or do you like a bologna sandwich? I mean, there's so many just regular things that I think we don't highlight the human side of celebrities. We always look at the negative or the positive that they might get in an article here and there, but we never ask them like truly who they are. And I appreciate you doing that with your platform because you get to see that side that probably the only people close to them see. That we just see what's on the glitz and the glamour and what we see on the red carpets and what we see you drive and when you go to Nobu and when you do this and you do that. But when you're just by yourself, what do? You know, who are you as a person? And I appreciate your platform just highlighting that because we need that, those positive things that we very rarely even, you know, put out there as the stuff that we see. It's always something negative. So the fact that you decided to go that positive route, I think we need more of that for the culture. And I just appreciate you gracing our platform because that is what we want to highlight in the culture.
Hey, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's work. Whatever I can do to assist you all going forward, definitely call on me. You know, because where there's no competition, listen, there's
Sure
no
ain't.
competition. There
It's
is
enough money for everybody. It's
this
enough
one.
places and
That part right
things to
there.
do, and then we ain't got a competition. We ain't got to,
That part right
you
there,
know,
man.
hate on this one or hate on that one. It's
Exactly.
all love, and
That
that's
part
what
right
I really want to show. Is I want to give love.
Yeah,
there. That
definitely.
part right there. Like it's
Definitely.
I love how you said, Schoolboy. I love how you said like it's room for everybody because it is. Like I people think I'm crazy because I never approach it from like a competition standpoint. I just don't. Number one, because I'm safe and secure with who I am and what it is that I offer and bring to the table.
Yeah.
So nothing that I do is based on anything else that somebody else did or some other platform that somebody else has. Like I do my own thing. Like half the time I'm not really watching a lot of other platforms just because I don't want to be in a space where I'm emulating like something somebody else is doing or where I'm like copying something somebody else is doing. So a lot of
That's
times
why I don't watch other people. Like most
I'm
of the
kind
time,
of
I
in my
don't.
own
I
space.
try not to.
Yeah, like I'm kind of in my own space a lot of times because I'm kind of creating, and I mean, Schoolboy will tell you I got a million ideas for another million. Like I have all kinds of ideas and all of that kind of stuff. And Schoolboy is, and that's the beauty of a team is that Schoolboy is not only telling me, but she's helping me to see. And it don't matter how long I've been doing this and what side of the business I have in place already versus what side she's doing. We all can teach each other something else. So like she's teaching me not just the work-life balance, which I have worked on forever and a day. Like today alone, the stuff that she did bought me at least 4 more hours in the day. So I mean, it was just like you pay attention to that kind of stuff. But I don't base it on competition because like I said, I'm safe and secure with who I am and what I do and what I bring to the table. And I know that nobody else does what I do. And they definitely don't do it the way that I do if they do what I do. So there's a reason why people have continued to come back to me and why I'm able to get the opportunities that I get and why I'm able to be as creative as I've been, to kind of build my own opportunities. I've been on that trail of building my own opportunities since 2003. So like this ain't no joke, man. But I think that it's beautiful what you do. Like it's beautiful what you do. I appreciate you wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
The thing with me and guests that I connect with, and that like I like to build those relationships and actually bring out the human side as well. Because at the end of the day, these people are human. They got other stuff going.
Yeah.
They got other stuff going on, and they got life happening, and people are passing every day. And it's a listen. I don't care about none of that other stuff. I just want to see the human side of it, and I build those relationships. I do a radio show on the weekends, and it's like, when I bring people in, the one thing that I tell them is, listen, when you come here to the radio station, or okay, I got you virtual, and we're doing this, like, you are family, and like when I say that you family, like. I don't care about nothing else. You could be walking down the street and you could be like, I got something to say and I want to get on the air. Come up. Like, cut the red tape. Like, we don't have time for that. I don't have time for it. And I don't work in places where there's plenty red tape. I want to cut the red tape. Like, I want you to be able to come up and feel at home and feel welcome. And maybe we just want to talk to you to see, how did you make it through this experience and how are you balancing while you don't have an album coming out and you don't really have anything to promote. But we just want to promote you, like the human side of you. Like, I don't really care about the other stuff that's going on. Yeah, we want to promote your project when it's coming. But on the same token, like, how are you living? How are you surviving? Like, what are you doing today that can relate to this person over here that's struggling and their life's going to get cut off and they don't know where they're going to go?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when you've made an impact. When you can reach those people who got all this other stuff going on, but they take a minute to watch the Michael Finkley show on their phone before their phone get cut off. Or listen, or they doing it on Wi-Fi because they don't have no. Listen, people going through all kinds of stuff. So we appreciate you, man. We realize what we have in you, and that's the key: is realizing what you have in people. And we realize what we have in you. I thank you. Like, I consider you family. I'm looking for you. Like, you are family. You can't get rid of us. I don't care what you do. I'm gonna be hanging onto your ankle like, no.
Let's go. We are family, and family do for one another.
He said it, schoolboy. He said it. I hope he was recording that. Oh, now she looked like the crazy one that you like. Stay with.
Oh my word! I love this. Oh my word!
But I you know, like that. Like, this is like, truly, this is amazing to me, and I know schoolboy is loving it. These are the type of experiences that I like to have, like, on my platforms, whatever the platform it is. Like, I like people to be able to open up, have a good time, want to come back, and know that they were genuinely loved when they came onto the platform. Like, it's not about trying to push a product or anything. Like, we want to push you and show the world who you are.
Exactly.
So where can they find you?
All right. So
where can they find you at?
Yeah, we're on social media, of course: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, everything Michael Finkley Show. You can't miss us. You see this mug, it's me. But if you didn't catch that, also on YouTube as well. Definitely on YouTube. Like I said, season 7 will be coming out on the 25th this month. Again, on CTR Media Network and also on all our other platforms. We air on Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can watch us on YouTube and you can listen to us via the CTR Media Network, also on the podcast platforms as well. But if you missed any of that, just go to our website, michaelfinkleyshow.com, and you'll see all of our outlets there too. Again, thank you for this opportunity. We're excited about season 7 to make more of an impact for individuals. September 25th is right around the corner, y'all. Remember, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
2 days in.
So 23 more days.
Appreciate you. We appreciate you just blessing the platform and just coming through and just giving us something positive tonight. And y'all make sure y'all go check out Michael on every little piece of platform. Y'all download it, subscribe, like everything. Share it with your mama, your friends, your baby mama, your baby daddy, your side piece, and all the whole family. Get everybody in on it. We need to just come on, support Michael.
Yeah, the side piece too.
Yes, side piece too.
The side piece too.
Everybody got to get in there.
Everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. Thank you to your team for lending you to us tonight, because as somebody in media and that has so many different things bouncing off of each other when it comes to like breaking up your time and your availability and that sort of thing. Like, it's a lot to pull an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half out of your time. It's like, that's 20 things that I could have had done in that time. So like, I absolutely get it. I love it. I appreciate you so much for coming, blessing the platform. We definitely want to have you back in the future. When you feel like you have that time, we
Then
definitely
maybe we can come on over there to your show.
Listen, because I was going to say that
see,
you
I
all
would
have a
see.
standing invitation. You have a standing invitation to the Michael Finkley show. Okay. So I would love to send you some stuff as well. So we're going to talk about all that offline. Okay. We'll talk about that offline.
Okay, yeah.
which which way would you like to take this, schoolboy?
I would like to say thank you, Michael, for coming on, and definitely get back with us so we can bless, you know, bring us on over there to the platform. I ain't scared. You can ask me all the questions. I
And
tell you all my business.
I'm finna say,
I'm transparent.
I don't hide a thing. So
I
listen,
hide
come
nothing.
on.
So you can have it all.
All right. All right. Y'all recording this because y'all heard that.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
free will.
You have free
You
will in
absolutely
the
do.
name of the Father, the Son,
In the name
and
of
the Holy
Jesus.
Ghost.
You got free will right there.
Free will.
Listen, make it happen. I think we both are ready to share. So
All right.
thank
Thank y'all again.
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you so much, Mike.
Thank you so much, Michael.
So,
Listen, like, as excited as I get about people coming onto platforms that I do and like coming onto shows and whatnot, like, it was so much excitement behind that. And I think just because of like my love for media and like my whole love like for this business and like all that it entails and all that we do to really make it all happen. Like, I love it. So like, I appreciate him coming on.
Hold up, Chef Don Don. Now, what you talking about? By the way, you screen recorded this because I be blaming you. What do I blame you for, sir? Now, because we had talked earlier on your platform, and now you gonna come over here and show out. Now, don't do that. Don't do that. Come over here and show out. You know, got to get you on the platform. That see you see,
listen,
and
listen,
you
listen,
come over here, you gonna have to act like you got some sense, Chef Don
listen.
Don.
We need
I
Chef
don't
Down
know.
down in here. That's what it really is.
You because I dropped the link so you could go and come on in since you want to blame somebody. Telling your business. Oh, I did tell my business over there on your channel. I
Oh,
did. I did tell my business over there on your channel. And I never again. Will you get my business again?
so
You
you,
won't get it again,
so you,
Chef
so you,
Don Don.
so
But
you
you
spread,
told some of your business too. So,
so you
hey,
spreading business out here.
hey, that's what they say. I don't know. Unless he got some info.
I feel
Well,
like
he
you need to
do
drop.
because
I
this
feel
on
like
his page, so I can't lie about my business being told because it is on your page recorded.
I feel like
And
you
then-
need to drop a link to Chef Don Don so we can figure out what's going on here.
Now, Chef, you don't come up here with that um energy and you done messed around. Right. We got topics to still talk about tonight.
Absolutely.
Um, hopefully James got them all written down
I
because if he
absolutely do.
don't, then
I absolutely do.
if not, I would my mod. Can you give that to Chef Don Don? Oh, I think I can DM it to him too. While I'm doing that, then can you figure out what topic we supposed to be talking about? Because I can't which
Well, I
one
think
is
what the
first.
oh, we kind of broke up there for a second.
I can't remember what topic was first.
Well, I think the first one that we were looking at was LL Cool J, and all him kind of taking off on the stage, talking about the legacy, rappers and the legacy, messing up the hip hop legacy.
What about LL Cool J and Hip Hop Legacy? I
No,
don't think
he's
I
just
caught
saying
that
that.
one.
No, he's just saying that. a lot of the rappers of today, they're kind of messing up the legacy of hip hop, the overall legacy of hip hop. And I think a lot of it really just centered around, the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and obviously the shows that he's been doing out here.
I mean, you need to blame the industry. I mean, in all honesty,
Yeah,
the industry has changed. I mean, there
I,
is no more artist development. We got to be honest. Like, what's really been, what's really being shown. You
and
know
I
what I'm
think that,
saying?
and you say artist development, and I think that's really the key to a lot of it, and that's a topic or a conversation that we've been having for a long time now, on air,
Oh,
off
you getting food? You better be lucky. You getting food too, and you should have got me a plate too. Yeah.
air.
Hey, Harold.
What's happening?
I don't want to take away from the show. I'm here to listen. All right, but you still messy in the comments. I'm
But
here to
no,
listen, but you messy.
I think that obviously that artist development is a really big piece of it.
It is. I mean, artist development is a really big piece. I think the music is not as quality.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of stuff being remixed. I think that what that little boy with the waterhead NLE Chopper, he remade Nelly's Hot in Here, and I was sitting here like, what is this garbage? And then Nelly talking about it. Well, it's good. No, because you got to check. That's why it was good.
Right.
And you already sold half of your catalog, so don't the hell that could have got sold in the bunch.
Yeah, I just we talk a lot about artist development, and I mean I obviously think that is sorely needed. Um, nobody really goes that route anymore, but a lot of that is chalked up to the direction of the industry too. And when you look at technology and just the fact that a lot of people
Chase the
kind of
algorithm.
yeah, a lot of people can just kind of do their own thing out here too. So everybody's not necessarily going through the labels and whatnot who are offering kind of that artist development, overall development piece. So
We glad you enjoying the
like, do you?
show.
Thank you, Norris. Thank you. Um, yeah, it's like,
So I guess
will you get that piece back ever? I don't.
I don't know. Well, I'm
I mean,
not
I
gonna
think
say never, because I think we do have the ability to get it. There are artists out here that's actually doing it,
Mhm.
and that are like people are gravitating towards it because it's being missed, but they're providing it. So I think it still can happen, and you still got artists that really do have talent. Now you have a lot of producers, writers, singer. They used to be in the background, now are coming to the foreground. So
Mhm.
that's something you know different. What you think about? I don't think we put it up there, but I want to talk about Diddy and him
Well,
giving everybody they masters after all these years.
I don't know why. I just feel like it's. I feel like it's an ulterior motive. Like I feel like it's something else to it. It's not just.
See, everybody keeps saying that. Even
I don't
Twitter
think.
was saying that.
I don't think it's just a. I don't think it's just a. Oh damn! I want to get Total they masters back. Like because y'all should be getting y'all money and Mace and like y'all should really be getting. It's not that. It's something else to it. Because I
Somebody
think
said it
Mace,
might
I
be
think Mace is
because
really
I
good.
think somebody on Twitter said it might be because people want to he want to tour,
Mhm.
and he want to make a big tour, like
I
a
can see.
bad boy
I can see
tour,
that.
and then
I
he
can
can
see that.
also take some money off the top, but yet I'm gonna let you perform your songs, and now you're gonna want to perform because now you get your money, like kind of like to help boost their streams.
I can see that. I can absolutely see that. And that just makes it seem even more shady now. Now that you say it like that. But yeah, I can definitely see that because it's one thing that he did this big old tour, a few years back or whatever. But I just think that, when you go to 75% of his artists, they all have something negative to say. So, to
75%. I want to say
well,
99.999.
I was being nice, but I just think that a majority of them have something negative to say. Like, and even if they don't really have anything to say, like, where are your Carl Thomases? Like,
They say he doing shows.
so, um,
They say. I mean, I don't. I think. Well, his baby mama put his business out there. I think she said he was getting like 20 or 30K a show, but that's. I mean,
And they say,
I don't know. Chef Don Don said there's no proof he gifted everyone with their masters. It's none. It
I'm
is
on that.
none.
I'm on that part too. It's really no proof. It's really no
I
proof.
mean, when I hear Total, um, Faith say she got Biggie's, Lil Kim say she got hers. Like when I see the old from back in the day say they actually got their paperwork, that's when I will believe it. Cause
Yeah,
I don't know. Did he be on some different stuff?
I
And
just think that yeah, like you said, he be on some different stuff, and I just I s- listen. We all see a lot of stuff, and we all have our own opinions, and I just think that it's an ulterior motive to it, in my opinion. I just think that it's something else to it. Um, it's not a lot of there's not a lot of good for a lot of the people that he has worked with in the past to say, or at least they don't feel like they really have a lot of good to say. And then you look at past acts that he's had that still want to be out here. What's up, Chris? Hey, thank you for popping in. um, you have you have people who still want to be out here, so it's like, why you not really helping them get out here? Like, and I don't know the whole backstory. So I mean, you obviously have like the Totals, who they
I
may
mean, you
still
got all of Bad Boy
yeah,
over the years. I mean, from the early '90s to hell to the last set of making the band. People,
yeah,
Day 26 and well, making the band, and then
yeah.
you had when he redid it and he did it with Day 26 and then Danity Kane. I
Mm.
mean, Diddy has completely done this to everybody, but yet you holler black excellence all the time. That's what irritates me about him. Um, but again, it's like I also have to use the logic piece in it. These people would not be millionaires, billionaires,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and other that stuff if they did not use the same tactics that were used for many years with you know um with artists. So it ain't nothing new. Yeah, I know he got that new album with all his back artists and all that, and next subject we can go on from him because I could get on him all night and just be reading him, and I don't have time for that. So there is a rumor going around, and I say rumor because there's no factuals to this, and it is about Tamar Braxton potentially being a Real Housewife of Atlanta. I'm gonna say, what would you think about her being in that capacity on the show? Now
Mm.
we all do know Tamar has current smoke with Candy Burris.
Um,
It is due to the comments that Candy made some months back, stating that Carlos King that does all of his he does all of his YouTubing out of his current closet with his shoes levitating in the background. That he was trying to take all of um, all the credit and all the glory for the biopic that they were going to do with Escape. He was going to be, there was an issue with him doing the biopic of them. Candy was not cool. I don't know if it was a numbers thing, money thing, whatever. Tamar decided to insert herself as she always do and said she agreed with Carlos King that he didn't do all that, yada yada yada. Carlos ain't never really spoke on it, but he in the closet speaking on Roa every week and critiquing it. So my question to you, James, is what you think about Tamar on that?
um, my immediate answer is no. Um,
Okay.
I don't think that. First of all, when you think about the human aspect and just people in their everyday lives and just living, I don't think she really belongs on any reality. But that's another story. Um,
Damn.
I just think that I don't think reality is good for her. I'm not gonna say that she's not good for reality. I don't think that reality TV is good for her. Um, and it's bad because on one hand, like I dig Tamar, like I like Tamar. I listen to the music. Like I like Tamar.
I wish she would just shut up and sing, but that's just
That part.
my
I like Tamar, but it's always some kind of drama or something. It's always something. So I mean, whether she feuding with Candy or whether she feuding with Tank or whether she feuding with like it's always something. So I don't know. I don't think that she's necessarily all that great for the platform. I mean, when you think of okay, they want somebody on there that's going to be full of drama, and they going. I mean, I guess in that sense of it, I guess maybe to a lot of people she might be good for the platform, but
might ruffle Candy's feathers, maybe.
I think and see,
They would try to use that as a
I don't
point.
look that deep
So
into
Harold said,
like I don't look that deep into like the issues that she and Candy had because I just don't. I'm not gonna say it's fabricated, but I just don't think it's really that deep. Like with her and Candy, like that's some shit that could be cleared up at the snap of the finger. Like I don't see it as really being that deep.
I doubt
Not
it.
enough
I
to
doubt it.
carry
It's not
that.
gonna be cleared up because it was about to be physical altercation. That shit ain't gonna be cleared up. That's just not gonna happen. Harold said, I don't need Tamar on Roa. The folks are only calling for her because they don't like Candy and want Tamar to make her work for a check. I absolutely agree. I think
I see
people
that.
are. I've been watching Roa since season one. Um,
I kind of have.
and I know, and I have not faded in and out. I have watched it even when it sucked, even when it was good. I
Absolutely.
still watched it.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna say, as
When
far
it
as
sucked.
Tamar trying to activate Candy, I don't think Candy would want to give Tamar the satisfaction unless Tamar really like got underneath her skin. I don't I'm not gonna say Tamar is not good reality TV. If you messy and it feeds your messy side and the messy side of me, it would feed me.
Right.
I would want to see her just to see how Candy's interaction would be with Tamar, if there could be a reconciliation, if it could be cool, or if it's just gonna be messy. That's really what it would be.
Yeah. I mean, but
Other than that, I don't know. I could take it or leave it, but they're Roa wants stars, and that's what they want. They honestly don't want to go the route of looking or really diving deep to find other influential people in Atlanta with money that are not connected to entertainment. I think that they want stars because they
I
figure
see
the
that.
stars are what's going to bring in the ratings.
I see that.
So
Yeah.
Chris Maxwell says Candy is worldwide. What does TF? Is she still on Roa? Make it make sense. She selling them. She keeping the lights on at Blaze and
Right.
OLG and for every other business that she has. It's a good marketing tool for Candy. If y'all know how Candy is, she's about that bag. It's a good marketing tool.
Yeah.
So Chef Don, you over here agreeing with her? Y'all be messy. Y'all be on my
I mean,
Twitter
I guess
messy.
I don't necessarily need her there. I mean, I can see it happening. Obviously for what you said. I mean, it's gonna feed the messy side for a lot of people. So I could see them wanting to bring her in, but I just don't see the necessity or the importance.
So what was next that we was
Yeah,
gonna talk
I don't.
about? I
I
couldn't
don't.
even.
Yeah, I don't see that side of it.
I don't even remember what we was gonna jump on next. I think we were gonna. Oh, let's jump on the most hot topic. That's really been trending in culture this week, which is Erica Mena and calling Spice a blue monkey. On an episode of Love and Hip Hop, which
Mhm.
aired this week.
Right.
It's very decisive. It's one of those things. It's really got Black Twitter divided. I'm gonna be honest with you. You have a lot of people. You have a lot of actually Black women. This is really shocking to me that are defending Erica Mena and that said, well, Spice said something about her son by saying, your son doesn't like you or doesn't love you. My son does. Why you're mad? Erica Mena proceeds to flip the table and call her a blue monkey.
She flipping tape.
She also then, makes monkey noises all the way to the car as she's exited out of the building. So we've had a lot of people sound off that have been on Love and Hip Hop all week. Some of them sound ignorant. You had Lyrica Anderson that said, well, Erica Mena should not have been fired. Today, Mona Scott Young actually did something about Love and Hip Hop for once. She fired Erica Mena. She fired her for, um, using a racial slur. Some people feel like some of the talent on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta feel like, why should she be fired? Little Scrappy, the man that got all the women in his life fighting over him, and he is taking his hefty bags to everyone's house to live with them because he can't be a man and pay his own damn bills. He says, well, the producers put you in these situations, they have you fight, and that's their fault. So she shouldn't even get fired.
So she has no accountability for what she says because somebody put her in a situation.
Well, that's the narrative that he's using, and other people on Love and Hip Hop, also Lyrica Anderson is using. It's no bets off. Well, you can't control somebody when you're arguing, so it's no holds bar because we're arguing and we're going back and forth. So I can, if they say that to me, she had a right to say that. You got stupid Akbar V, who's still running around here begging Nicki Minaj for a freaking feature. She is on internet sitting up here talking about, oh, I just have a question. Don't cancel me, but I need to know if because I'm black, if I call somebody else a black monkey or a blue or any type of monkey, and I'm black, then am I wrong? Because black people call each other that all the time in arguments. I don't know who the hell she arguing with, but ain't nobody I ever didn't argue with. I've ever thought to call somebody a damn monkey.
I ain't never heard it like that either. But that's it's amazing how we.
Do you feel as we're cherry picking? Because I saw interesting, Jerome Trammell make a tweet, and he basically kind of said now everybody want to march and hold hands because somebody called because Erica Mena called a black woman a monkey, but it's selective outrage because
Absolutely.
she said that, but what is the big deal? They were arguing. So why everybody want to have selective outrage in March?
Right.
Do you think black people are having selective outrage with this, or are we should Erica Mena have been fired for the racial slur, or should she have been able to stay on Viacom, VH1, Love and Hip Hop platform, though she said it and took no accountability?
I just think that what they particularly should have done, I can't tell you that. I don't think that they just should have. I don't think they should have fired her because a lot of people have said stuff on Love and Hip Hop. Like a lot of people have said stuff on Love and Hip Hop, and I'm not saying that any of it is right, but I'm just saying it. To me, it is selective outrage. Joseph, he's actually cool, but I just think that it is selective because, like, why all of a sudden now is it a big like they had to have come down on Mona Scott or whatever for her to come down and all of a sudden just.
I mean, honestly, it's going to be Viacom, it's going to be the network, it's going to be the advertisers. When you say anything problematic nowadays and you're sitting on somebody's platform and it's a major platform, they're going to want an apology.
But
if you're not going to apologize for it and you don't feel no remorse, then
listen, we can say what we want about Scrap, and we will. But I just think that he makes a very good point because like they created a lot of this shit. Like they said.
Okay. Now I'm sorry. I gotta call bullshit. You get on the reality TV show. We know 99.9% of that shit is scripted nowadays. Absolutely. In the script that they give you in this scene while you sitting here arguing with somebody, that's like me saying, we got a script, James. We in the restaurant arguing about it. And I go very off the script and I call you something derogatory. Then you call me something derogatory. How the hell production make you do that?
Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Is that not in the? That's not in the script, is it?
Absolutely. But then also the question becomes, it didn't air live, so
It did. They played it. Yes, it did.
I
It
just
aired
think
on the network. So here's the thing. Okay, as a network, a lot of people say, well, the damn network is wrong because we wouldn't have never known that she called her that had they not aired it on national TV to millions of households.
right.
So do you fault the network too? Do you fault the producers, the network? Who do you fault?
I fought everybody in there. I don't think they should have fired her. I don't think they should have fired her. I mean, I saw it going around saying that, oh, fire her and all of this stuff. To be honest, I didn't think that they really was going to do it. So when I saw it, I'm like, well, as soon as I saw it, I sent it to you like, wow, okay.
So do you feel okay? So if you're saying that she shouldn't have been fired for it,
I don't think that she just should have been outright fired. I mean, I mean, whether they took her off of the show for a minute or whether they removed, I don't know that I just would have fired her. There obviously needs to be some accountability for what was said. Like you can't say that somebody made you say it.
okay, so Harold said, "There's no way to justify this. I'm sorry. We can be battle cats all episodes long and hurl insults back and forth, but for you to immediately resort to a racial slur is hella shaky for me."
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
And Chef Donna is right, but Jane, she has a pattern of this, which i.e., there were things that were floating around the blog of her saying things to bloggers, I calling them monkeys that were also African American. She's also called Johnny Blaze, who used to be on the show, a monkey. So she
Yeah.
has a history of this.
Yeah.
I don't know, and reality TV shows, even though they're produced and all that, they're contracted workers, they do have HR people there.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know if anything was written up ever in HR in regards to her comments. Has anybody complained about her personally outside of the show or during the show? I mean,
I like that you mentioned the HR piece. It would be good to see like what is actually
was there paperwork?
Yeah.
Was there a reason? Is there a clause in their contract that says you cannot make these type of statements? I'm quite sure it was all about advertisers and money. I'm quite sure. Chris Maxwell says people always blaming production for everything. Just take accountability for your own actions. Make it make sense. The fuck. Yes.
And the big, I think the big piece of it, I mean, definitely what Chris Maxwell is saying too, and the same thing that pretty much Chef Don is saying is, and Harold is that overall accountability.
Well, I believe Mona called her directly. I think too. I mean, she could have told them behind the scenes, like, I ain't apologizing for nothing. Yeah. And if you person say I'm not gonna apologize, I mean, Erica already had limited her comments on IG. So, I'm just like, I don't know. I guess maybe
You're never too late. Simply elegant one. Never too late.
Goddess M said production can't force you to say a racial slur. Take accountability. And again, I agree. Simply elegant one said, "Hey y'all, I'm so late, boots. You ain't never late, boo. Not over here."
Yeah. And I love that Chef Don definitely highlights just obviously the pattern.
Yeah, we know Mona called. We know Mona called. Well, somebody had to call Mona, which was VH1 Viacom.
I think somebody called.
And so some people are like, well, is she only fired for this year? Is she gonna be fired for next year? Is she, I don't know.
Do they fire you just for one season and bring you back? I mean, I would think if she
because it's like, hell, how many times has Sheree been fired? And brought back on Roa. It's
is it like Amazon? If you get fired,
you can get demoted and come on back. We'll let you as long as
is it like Amazon? You get fired and you can come back.
You come on back as long as you can pass out with the drug test. Come on back to the
Listen,
show.
they don't stress you on the drug test no more.
I mean, I say like this, when I saw a lot of Black women defending it, I think that irked my soul, because as much as Black women have to go through, you're defending someone who, clearly feels what she feels. She don't feel that just way about one person. She feel that way about Black people in general. My thing is, don't be in my culture getting money off my culture if you ain't really banging with us like that. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
People do it all the time. Like I'm with you, but they do it all the
You
time.
know, but you can take you and your baby daddy and get y'all both off of Love and Hip Hop. All I can say is I hope the Tubi checks is holding you down. Until then.
I see it coming. I do see that coming.
Oh, you know she gonna come back. It's gonna be one of them like Evelyn Lozada, you know, after you run across the table and almost hit somebody with a bottle and then get into it with several people. You're gonna go to Iyanla and you're gonna pray and do a special and say you got your life back. It always, they always find Jesus after a situation like this.
Right,
They
right.
need to ban her from all franchises and definitely not just ATL. I feel that she'll be posting a tearful apology within the next few weeks. Yep. Yes, Chris, they have been defending colorism. Simply Elegant One said that's the part of that angers me the most. The black women I see defending, excusing, and justifying her is disheartening. It very much so is.
Absolutely.
Harold says, but even with saying that, I think the network is gonna wait for this to blow over and
I hope not.
ship her right to MIA with Safari. Ugh.
I hope not.
Get him off TV too. His goofy
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Get his goofy stuff off TV. I mean,
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, that I think that would be bad for the entire franchise.
I really do. I think it would be bad. I mean, and if you let her back on, to be honest, you're just saying that, oh, you could say something now and then come back later and we still good. You know, the reality is how many people are actually clamoring to really do Love and Hip Hop? Not very many people.
Yeah.
Not nobody really cares about doing Love and Hip Hop anymore. It's one of those things that is.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's.
I can go make a viral video and still get the same effect of me sitting and you paying me bare minimum, maybe $1,000 or $1,200 or $2,000 an episode. I mean, let's be clear.
Right.
It ain't like they paying like that. Simply Elegant One says, I mean, she really running around here trying to look like Lanitia Leaks and got the nerve to be. Oh Lord. Well, they all looking like they sharing the same face as Shrek. Erica has shown her true colors, and time again, and it ain't no need to paint her in a different light. It's true. Goddess M says, Love and Hip Hop Miami had a white woman saying the N word last one season. Viacom ain't new to this. True. But let's talk facts. Erica disrespected Mona too. Like, let's not forget. Yeah, just like Jocelyn.
Yeah, but they all disrespect Mona though. Yeah, they all they
you
all
said it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, not Nene Jr.
I'm messing with y'all. Y'all being messy.
So like the Housewife franchise altogether, like you see how they talking about kind of shaking up the cast now or like recasting. Like, what's your thought on that?
I don't want Portia back, and I don't even understand why people want Portia back. And I'm just tell y'all can go to hell with that. I don't want to see Portia. I don't want to see Simon. I don't think that Portia is really gonna do anything. Portia is saying she wants to be the highest paid across all platforms, which would knock Candy out of the running for that. And I don't think that will ever happen on God's green earth. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely don't want Portia back. I just don't think I'm not gonna say that she didn't do anything for the franchise or she didn't do anything for the show, but I think that her leaving was good. So I think that she should stay wherever she is. I don't know necessarily what the talks are about. What's her name? I don't know why I act like I forgot her name. Was fighting with Candy. The funeral director.
Oh, Phaedra's on Married to Medicine. So
yeah, I know she's on
Married. That's not even something that's gonna be. And Dr. Heavenly said they made sure she clocked in and actually worked this season. So we already know that means it's gonna be messy over there, and I can't wait for that come out November 5th. I just think Real Housewives of Atlanta it might need a tweak like Real Housewives of Miami. You keep a few core people
Yeah. Like, do
and
you
you
think
try to go to different direction and bring some other people in different areas that are not related to entertainment.
yeah.
I think, and you can try to bring something different.
Like, do
Now,
you
if
think
they'll do that, I don't know.
like people have talked about, maybe I guess the possibility of them having more than 6 housewives. I don't think that that's good. What do you think about that?
But what's 6 housewives with no story?
That's my point. And not just that, but I think that if they get 6 who actually have stories, like that's more than enough for an hour.
Oh
So
Lord. Goddess M said it's bad enough we got to see Faktra on Married to Medicine. He forced off the show.
and
Damn.
listen, see,
Y'all worse than me.
listen, I was gonna say that, but I have not really watched. I have not watched Married to Medicine since Phaedra's been on there, so I can't.
She has not, it hasn't premiered. So
Oh,
it actually won't premiere until this season. So
okay.
this
Because I
new
was gonna
season,
say I
she will
haven't.
actually be on there. So you can kind of see, how it's gonna mesh well.
Yeah.
If I don't know. That's a hmm. I don't know. People sit down on Married to Medicine, and I stand on it's one of the greatest Bravo shows has. It's the last organic show I think Bravo has. I think everything else is just
Oh,
kind
but
of
Tony's gonna
trash.
have to.
We'll have 8. I don't understand why it need 8.
I just feel like if everybody has a genuine storyline, like that's a lot to squeeze into an hour.
And that's the problem.
Yeah,
Because they'll say, oh, we starting off with X amount, and then it ends up, by the time they end up cutting it and chopping it down, it's not what they think it's gonna be.
right.
So I'm just like, so is Quad gonna be on the new season? Yes, she is, along with Dr. G's new wife.
Oh, the new wife coming.
Yes, the new wife. So,
All right.
yes, Miss Quad will be there. Don't do that, because that is something that start irritating me and messing with my spirit, chef. And I don't go up for Quad like that. I don't go up for Quad like that. I don't really bang with her like that. It will be interesting to see if they will talk about the drowning incident at her house this past year with the young
Right.
child.
Right.
If that will even be brought up at all. I think that happened after filming, so I don't believe that will be brought up. But
Yeah, I would have said it probably won't make it. I mean, even if they bring it up at some point, it probably won't make it into this season.
oh, you messy too. Not the one of the two, the new Mrs. G. I might have to tune in. Yeah, you might have to tune in.
Listen,
Have y'all heard that Candace is allegedly moving to Atlanta? I saw some conversations about her joining ATL yesterday.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I had to look into that. I didn't see
I
that.
have to look into that because I ain't seen that. Now, if Candace does, I think Candace will go down there for her music and acting because she's doing a lot of traveling back and forth, and it would make sense for her to move from Maryland to. I mean, I think she almost dang near almost got a resident at City Winery down there, so I could see her doing that.
Do you think she would be a good addition?
That would spice it up. I will say that would spice it up. Yes, and Dorothy does live in Atlanta. Her mama live in Atlanta, so I can see it. I can see it. Candace mouth is mouth too reckless for Roa. She'll definitely get popped in this franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kenya would gather her.
Yeah.
I think Kenya would Team Twirl would definitely gather her.
Yeah. And see, that's my fault. It's just too reckless.
Too reckless.
Yeah, I think.
Do we have anything else to talk about besides that? Chef Donda acting a fool in our chat. You gonna have to come over here and act like you got sense when you over here, because you in there just getting everything all reckless and up. Oh, I guess we could talk about one last thing, which would
Yeah.
be Sabrina Peterson and the T.I. case. Ti and Tiny against
Do you
Sabrina
think? Do
Pierce.
you think they'll really get that kind of money? Like that's bogus to me.
Hell no, but they could be a asshole about it, like Cardi B is being Natasha K, and
That's
make her
more
life hell
that's more so.
because they lost a lot.
Yeah,
You think about it, they lost a family hustle.
absolutely.
He lost the
I
deal
mean,
with
they wasn't doing that no way,
you
but
know,
yeah,
remember the Ant-Man movie? He was in the
yeah,
Ant-Man. He
yeah,
lost that Marvel contract because he was going to be in several spinoffs of Ant-Man.
yeah,
So, I look for them to be petty enough to stick it to her.
yeah. I that's about all I see out of it is just them being petty. I don't think they're gonna get all of that. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get all of that. I
Oh my God, Chef Don Don, who the hell you gonna run through hell? I know you ain't talking about Candace.
will run her through hell.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god.
Simply I don't think they're gonna get the $165,000 they're
No, absolutely
seeking.
not.
It's two more charges that did not drop out of the other 5 or 6 that I believe dropped. I think in the end, they lawyers and their money is gonna get them completely off, and them other two gonna drop, and then they're just gonna sue her for down to her dirty draws. I do believe that.
Yeah, you said the dirty draws.
The dirty draws. The dirty draws. I don't believe she's going to get anything out of that though.
Yeah, I don't see that really going anywhere. I just think it's pointless. Just like let it go. Like let it go and move on and just get like let it go.
But I think it's the reputation, the money that they lost, deals they lost. I mean, I'm quite sure that there was a lot more deals that we didn't know about that they probably lost.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it
Yeah.
is.
And you mentioned Cardi. I see she going after the wire transfers, baby.
I ain't involved. I ain't involved. All I know is that over here we will be operating in integrity.
Listen,
Okay. And we will not be getting sued by no damn body.
listen. That part.
Okay. I don't know what they doing over there, but I'm not involved.
Yes, goddess. I agree.
Well, apparently in Atlanta, well, let me shut up. So somebody be in my damn inbox. We've been on here almost an hour and 42 minutes.
Right.
We do apologize for the late start tonight.
Absolutely.
We were here. I hope everybody enjoyed Michael Finkley. If you did not see the beginning of the episode, make sure y'all run that back. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the
Absolutely.
channel. You can always email us topics. It is scrolling around on the screen. You can always donate to the channel. Make sure y'all push us out here in the algorithm. We do have a guest next week.
Absolutely.
We will go ahead and drop the thumbnail and the information at least by tomorrow. I'll have all of that figured out, drop down for y'all. And as far as that goes and is concerned, you got anything? You got anything?
I do not have any concerns. I want to give a shout, especially to Michael Finkley again. I just think that was I think it was an amazing conversation. Like, it's really good to be able to highlight other people who are out here trying to do a lot of the same stuff, who are doing the same stuff and who are excelling with it.
I'm gonna get you on the show, Chef.
Listen, Chef.
I keep telling him that I'm gonna corner him up.
Listen, Chef Don Don, we're gonna do the official thing. We're gonna do it like we do everybody else. We're gonna send to your publicist, and we're gonna get you.
We're gonna send it to his email. He can answer it. He ain't got no publicist yet.
See,
He ain't big time yet.
Don't do that.
Get to the publicist. Because he was messing with me about telling my business over his platform, so I'm gonna mess with him.
No, I think that would absolutely be dope to have Chef Don Don on the platform.
Yeah, we definitely could probably have you in next week to sit on with the interview. If you would like to, sir. I don't know how your schedule is looking because you be busy. Just let me know what you can do. Definitely get him on and do that. We want y'all to have an amazing evening, an amazing night. Enjoy yourselves. Don't be messy on my Twitter. James,
Run it back
tell
simply.
everybody where they can find you.
Listen, please, everybody, hit me up. Instagram, I am authentically James. If you hit that bio link inside, that will link you to my link tree, and it has every link whatsoever that you can find me at. So hit me on the link tree. Just go to my Instagram, authentically James.
Okay, awesome. And y'all know where y'all can find me. Where I reside at. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time. I'm where your mama's at on
Facebook.
oh no, I'm with the young mothers. I am on Twitter at school_boy. Y'all can always find me on Instagram at school_boy_2021. And at the end of the day, oh Lord, Simply Elegant, I gotta send you the information. Message me, Simply Elegant. Want to get the chef? I'm not. I rebuke it right now because see, get messy. Um, y'all check me out on the social media platforms. Engage with me on Twitter. I do get an ad revenue check. So I'll be over there on school on Twitter a lot, flirting with the young mothers and yo baby mama. I might be flirting with her over there too. And for the temporary time being, I'm almost banned on TikTok.
Oh,
I'm still over there for the moment. So y'all hit the link in the in my bio
what you mean
on
almost
social
banned?
media. I'm almost banned. I don't even know how that. I'm almost banned. Don't ask me why I'm almost banned over there.
We
I'm
gotta
starting to
discuss that.
understand that is not for me over there. I'm this close. I
We
got
got
in one more violation and I'm out. I'm banned.
we gotta
So
discuss.
y'all follow me while I can over there. And until then, see me on Twitter. Please don't listen to anything Chef Don saying on Twitter about me because it's slander. And I don't agree with it. Okay.
We gotta discuss that.
Okay, I don't agree with it. It's slander. But y'all have a great Memorial. What's this, Memorial or Labor Day? Oh
This
Lord,
listen, you don't
Labor Day
went back to,
weekend.
you done went back
Oh
all this
Lord,
Labor Day done put in, and you back to Memorial Day.
I'm back to oh Lord Jesus, and I ain't even drink that much. Y'all have a good evening. Love y'all. Enjoy this.
I
Glad
can't.
hope y'all enjoyed this show
I
and
can't.
run it back and share, like, and subscribe.